right, more on the election. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump making campaign stops in the swing state of Georgia this week.
You got a new poll that has Trump leading Harris by 4 percentage points in the Peach State, with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution being the author.
It also shows about 74% of black voters in Georgia would vote for Harris, a drop from the 87% Biden received in 2020.
So I went to Atlanta to talk to some of these men as part of our exclusive Barbershop Talk series. Take a look.
What would you say is the state of the community right now?
Oh, man, well, right now, the state of the community is, we're kind of in disarray.
Disarray.
Yes, we want to know what's going to happen in November.
If the election were held today, who do y'all think is going to win?
I think Trump, but
it's going to be close.
In here, we've seen more people leaning towards Kamala Harris.
It's not about the person, right? I've never fallen in love with a personality. If you look at my history of voting, even this most current one, it's not down the line blue all the time. It's not all red. It's a mixture because I look at people.
You pick who's best for
I pick
the
who's
situation.
best, period.
What are you hearing from people right now?
A way for them to work for themselves.
Yeah.
And they want to pick the best candidate that allow them
to work for themselves.
Right. And a lot of times you have people like my guy right here who's looking for an opportunity to start his own business. And he's telling me, you know, what president would actually help me the best? So I'm telling him, I think Kamala.
Guess what? I voted for her and Biden last time.
Okay, so you voted for Biden and you gave him a shot.
Right.
Okay.
And my pockets hurt. I don't want my pockets hurting.
I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I'm going to support Trump. I mean, it's obvious. But he gave us 4 years of peace and prosperity, a secure border, no new wars. And one of the biggest things that speak to me as a business owner is the border. I mean, inflation, we have more dollars chasing less goods, and an invasion also is another form of inflation because we have more people that are needing, you know, less products.
What would you say is the number one issue facing Black America right now?
Oh, man, the number one issue I'd say facing Black America is the trust of Washington, D.C. The inflation is crazy high right now. Interest rates are up, and we just don't believe what's in office right now is going to support us another 4 years.
I consider myself middle class.
Yeah.
And I can relate to Ms. Harris a little bit more, or a lot more. But at the same time, you know, I respect other people's opinion. And, you know, with that being said, you know, the financial agenda that works best for me is the one that's going to give me that $50,000 tax break if I should start another business, or save me $6,000 to $7,000 on taxes during that year.
Kamala hasn't presented a plan yet on what she's going to do. All she's talked about is what she's going to give people. She's going to give people all this stuff. We're going to give you a $25,000 tax credit to buy a house.
That's not enough for you.
Well, it don't matter if you give these people $25,000. They're not going to buy a house. They're not going to do it. Everybody wants something for free. That's what the Democrats think. If we give you something, you'll vote for us. I don't need a handout. I need an opportunity.
What is the number one issue folks talk about that's facing them in life? Is it the economy? Is it, you know, more jobs?
Sports. But no, really.
That too.
Yeah. But again, people come from all walks of life in this barbershop.
I mean, that's the beauty of Georgia.
That's correct. And that's the beauty of any barbershop in America.
That's true.
So as you can see, it's split in Georgia, and it's a tough race in Georgia as well. A lot of Black businesses also there as well. I think the one thing that you can take away is, and I continue to say this, I'm not suggesting that the whole barbershop is going to vote for Donald Trump. I've never said that in any of the ones that we've covered, but we've never seen this amount of black men supporting a Republican candidate. And I think that's why the alarm bells are going off. There's still some people in the barbershop that's going to vote for Kamala Harris.
Yeah, and particularly the one guy who said, look, the Democrats are going to give you as much stuff as they can to get your vote.
Yeah.
Talking about the $25,000 to buy a house, nobody's going to buy a house. They just want free stuff.
Also, people just can't afford it right now.
Also, would you say that indicative of the passion, Georgia's through the roof with early voting?
Yeah, they are.
Through the roof. Remember Jim Crow 2.0? It was supposed to be anti-minority. They're trying to keep minorities from voting. Really? Tell that to the turnout in 2022, and then you look at this in 2024.
Not just that, Brian, but when they coined that phrase, of course they were trying to link Brian Kemp to that. His support amongst black men after they did that doubled. So I'm not sure is working as well. Another poll that came out by the University of Chicago shows that a quarter of young black men are supporting Trump. That's never happened before. 44% of young Latino men said they'll back Trump. So alarm bells are going off in the campaign.
The reason is because
it's the economy.
The economy.
It's the economy. You can scare people all day, but people want to provide for their families. They're just like any other
in the barbershop,
demographic.
you heard the guy say, well, if you compare these last 4 years to where we were before, I had more money in my bank account.
And I think that was the gentleman that voted for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden in the past. So these aren't partisans.
And at the barbershop itself, they've probably had to jack up prices just because everything costs more.
I think everything is going up. I don't know. I can't speak to the prices at the barbershop there because I didn't ask them that. But I think everything is going up in some form or fashion.
Quick question, because, I go to a salon.
Yeah,
right.
We got to change that.
Do they hit you with skin bracer after? Like, do they take some of that and just hit you on the side?
After a haircut?
Like
no,
shave.
It's alcohol. And they spray it.
Oh, they spray it.
Like in Home Alone?
If it doesn't,
that's
right. If it doesn't burn, then you haven't gotten a real haircut.
Yeah.
Really?
No, it needs to burn.
What's the purpose of that?
Antiseptic.
To kill all the bacteria and all that.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Thank you.
Excellent trip down to
That was the last
Atlanta.
one.
All right. Got to do more of them because very talented.
You're great.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.